shit, this camera still sucks. Fuck. We're gonna have to get a new camera. Fuck you know, I'm pulling this bitch. What up, y'all? It's your boy Big Bear. We are back with another gaming video. For you guys who don't know, I haven't done a gaming video in a while. That is because I have basically barraged of video games. I have like 4, 5, maybe 6 new video games. Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys the games I got. One of the games I'm going to do a broadcast on once it allows me to go back to gameplay. This is actually a game that I already had, that I believe I made a video on. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, this is Infamous Second Son. This is actually the DLC for Infamous Second Son First Light. And as for my other games, well, one of my other games I'm going to be playing pretty quickly here because I finally beat the DLC for Infamous Second Son. And that game is called Bully. So it takes place in about 1950s, 1960s. It's a game about a boy who has to go to a boarding school and ends up becoming the ruler of the school. You know, that middle school, I think is where he went to. But another game I have is I re-got my Assassin's Creed Syndicate. For you guys who don't know, I used to have Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I officially re-got that game. I also I got Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. So okay, so I just got a trophy too. But anyway, so yeah, I also got Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, which is different from the PS3. For you guys who don't know, I actually played and beat Assassin's Creed Rogue on the PS3, and I played and beat the game Bully that I'm going to play soon on the PS3, and basically just kind of replaying both of those games for fun. Some games that I got are a lot harder on the PS4 than they were on the PS3, so some games that I got I just kind of play around with, not necessarily really try hard to beat. Those games include Shadow of Colossus and GTA 5. I mean, not GTA 5, GTA San Andreas. Those are games that I beat on the PS3 and that are really fucking difficult to fucking beat on the PS3. So I just kind of play those every now and then just to get in progress. Another game I got is hockey. I'm not a big hockey fan, as you guys know, but I have a best friend, Brendan, who comes around quite often, and he's a big hockey fan. So I did get NHL 2016, and I just checked PlayStation for their sales, and they actually have NHL 18. I'm not going to get that, but Brendan, if you don't have it, you should get it. However, I do believe last time we talked, I do believe you mentioned that you already had NHL 18. So, but I got an NHL. It might not be the most current, but I do got one. So, another game I got that I already beat on the PS4 is Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyway, that was another game that I had originally had on my PS4, and I got rid of. And actually, no, the Tomb Raider game, actually I didn't buy that. I actually borrowed that game from a good friend of mine, Dan, and borrowed it on his system, and then played it, beat it, and then gave it back to him. And he got rid of the game. I think he got a little money for it from a friend. And then anyway, I was just browsing through the sales today and found that game that he had let me borrow, and my old data for it when I beat it was still in the online storage. So copy that to save today's system storage, and boom, now I don't have to play and beat a Tomb Raider. I don't want to have to play and beat that game, man. That game was long, and I mean long, and it fucking was hard. So but for you guys who don't know, I actually, like I said, I'm gonna make a video for that soon. I have the game Bully. It's a PS2 classic, one of the very best out there, one of my favorite PS2 classics of all time. Anybody that doesn't like it, fuck off. It's one of my favorite. Anybody who does, my brothers. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start a video for that pretty soon. That's Bully. It's an original PS2 classic. I have officially beat that game twice on the PS2, once on the PS3, and I'm making it 4. I'm gonna beat it 4 times. I'm beating it one more time on the PS4 edition. The graphics for all PS2 games, no matter if it goes from PS2, PS3, or PS4, they usually stay about the same, slightly improve, and I do mean slightly. Like with these with the PS2 classic games, when they add them to the new system, like the PS3 or the PS4, they do truly slightly improve the graphics. They don't improve it majorly. I feel like they don't improve it majorly where you can like be like, holy shit, they improved it like crazy. It's not that kind of improvement. It's kind of like they basically kept the basic graphics and concept. However, I feel the only thing they really improved on a lot of the original PS2 games or PS1 games that they improved on PS3 or PS4 and stuff like that, the only thing they really improve on these games on PS3 and PS4 is, like I said, they slightly improve the graphics. The major thing they do is make it where you can earn trophies on those games. So I actually found that out not like 2 years ago. No, it was a year. I'm about to say a year or two, maybe a year and a half when I bought my PS4. Anyway, when I first bought a PS2 classic game, I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but when I first bought a PS2 classic game, I noticed they slightly improved the graphics, and they just made it where you can earn trophies for that game. So yeah, but holy shit, this camera is horrible. But yeah, I'm gonna get this camera situated and fixed. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna kind of play so I can show you guys what this game, Infamous Second Son, the DLC for it, looks like after you beat it. This game is called First Light. Infamous Second Son First Light. Sorry you guys can't see I'm telling you, man, this camera is tripping out today, so. Okay, so basically what I'm getting now, holy shit, I got 12 points. Okay, so now that I beat the game, okay, yes, I understand I got the big stuff. Oh, I gotta hit free roll. Okay. I was about to say, what the hell? Let me see if I can refix these cameras. Give me that. Let me see if this works. That should work. Okay, that's good. Ooh, that's kind of bad. Hold on. Holy shit, this camera sucks. For you guys who don't know, I officially now hate PlayStation cameras. They are good for talking and broadcasts and shit like I'm doing right now, but when it comes to setting this bitch up, holy shit. And I don't know about you guys, but they have this weird little fucking stand-like thing that fucking is supposed to help the camera, stand up so you can do good broadcasts and whatever else you want to do with it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that little stand is a piece of shit because my fucking phone fucking stand works better than that thing. And this is gonna be a very uncomfortable way to play this game from aiming like this. Just saying. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a small preview. I do have to give you guys kind of a disappointment because first of all, the first disappointment I'm just gonna review. I'm not about to fucking go through each one of the games that I got, many of games I got, and fucking show you guys a little bit of what the game looks like. I will eventually, I guess, over time, but as of today, hell to the no. As of today, I might, and I do mean might, considering this camera is getting on my nerves and it's really hard to fucking study. But I might be able to do a little bit of broadcasting for Bully. If I can get this camera to fucking stable the way I want it to, I will be able to do that. Oh, I only have 2. I thought I had 12. 1 minute, I thought I had 12 skill points. I was like, oh, sweet. I only got 2. Okay. So, for you guys who don't know the infamous Second Son game, it is an open world game. For you guys who may not be familiar with open world game. Open world games, now this is my personal opinion, but I truly, strongly advise anybody who wants to play a game and then after they beat the story mode, they want to just kind of fuck around on the game and do side missions at their own pace, which is what I love games that are, again, open world games where you can complete the story mode and then you're free to free roam around the world and do side missions at your own pace and when the fuck you feel like it. That's basically my definition of open world game. That's basically what it is. It's a game where you can beat the main story mode, then there are a bunch of side missions, a bunch of little bullshit to do, but you can do that at their own pace and fuck around on it. And for you guys, like I said before, who don't really know what that means exactly, well, infamous Second Son, whether you have the regular version of it or you have the DLC as well, I actually have both, as you know. It's just a free world game. Like now, I'll show you guys my map. Like, so I usually, as you guys can see, I have a shit ton of challenges to do, little challenges here and there. This rescue, just a bunch of side missions basically to do. But this is a free world game, so I can, now that I beat the main story mode, all of those side missions I can get done whatever day I want, whenever the fuck I want. And those are the type of games that I personally love. And if you guys didn't know that I am personally a absolute massively huge fan of open world games, you guys should know, and now you do know, because I definitely am the massive supporter and fan of open world games, because I like to beat the story mode. Obviously that's my main focus, but once the story mode's done, I like to fuck around and just do whatever. Beat side missions at my own pace. Fuck around, just do everything at my own fucking pace and whenever the fuck I want to. That's the shit I like about open world games once the story mode is done. So again, for you guys who don't know, I have Infamous Second Son, open world. I also have 3 Assassin's Creed games. Yes, I do. Assassin's Creed Origin, Syndicate, and Rogue Remastered. That's 3 Assassin's Creed games, all open world. I also have Skyrim, which is a big open world. So yeah, and those are just I believe at least half of my open world games, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but as you guys can see, I prefer open world games. This is one of my favorites. Another open world game that I really like, that I'm actually hopefully going to do a broadcast on, as I said before, is Bully, the PS2 classic. That is another open world game. Once you beat the game, you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want as you're playing through the story mode. It's just that me personally, I like to grind till that story mode is beaten, then I kind of just fuck around and really enjoy myself, But yeah, Bully is another really good open world game. Actually, I would say Bully is my as of right now. I'm not saying, actually, you know what? No, Bully is definitely, I would say, that Bully is my second, probably my second favorite all-time game. And it's actually my second favorite all-time game, and it's probably my first favorite open world game. Second favorite open world game next to Skyrim. Skyrim is my favorite all-time video game, and it's also my first it's also number 1 on my favorite open world game, and Bully is next to it, an all-time favorite as well as open world. So Another open world game that I got that I just remember is and I'll show you guys. Hold on. This is a military open world game, and it's one of my favorite military open world games. This is Tom Clancy Division. I'll show you guys that. Oh shit! I'm getting shot at. Shit. Hold on. So that is Tom Clancy Division. That is a military open world game, one of my favorites. Here's another one you guys might like. I'm just showing you guys some of the games I got. If you're a follower of mine or you're one of my friends, you know, try to get these games for yourself, like Brendan and Jason. I know you guys watch my videos sometimes. If you guys see this one, get some of these games. Anybody that wants to kind of play with me on some of these games, I recommend getting some of these. Here's one of my favorite all-time open world ones as well. I would probably say number 3. Maybe actually this one might be number 2. This one might replace both. This is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I also have Xenoverse 1. I had on the PS3, but I don't have my PS3 anymore, so you know. Let me show you guys another. Hold on. Oh, here's a good one. South Park, The Fractured Button. It's another really good open world game. Brandon, I know you and Nick already have this game, so whenever you get your internet, PlayStation Plus, all that shit together. Only thing, I don't think you can play. No, you can't play this online. So this would just be some, you know, for me. But this is another good open world game. Another game that I know is on the PS4. They just fixed it up a little bit. Is the first South Park game they made on the PS3, which was South Park: The Stick of Truth. And actually, a little story about you guys is when I bought this game, inside of it was a piece of paper that gave you Stick of Truth free. So I actually have this game and Stick of Truth as well. I might make a video on Stick of Truth a couple days, maybe a couple months. I don't know, because I beat that game on the PS3 and I really don't feel like going to play that game again. Plus, I only got about 2, maybe 3 months before WWE 2K19 and Red Dead Redemption 2 come out. So South Park ain't that important. Let me show you guys another good game that I recommend you getting if you like open. Again, this video and these games I'm talking about are for people who like open world games, and I explain what those are. So let's go. Hold on. Do I got it? There's my Skyrim. I knew that was in there. Oh, here is one of my favorite. Now, for you guys who watched my one video, I did make a video on the WWE Royal Rumble 2018. And I said good things about Japan because I do like Japan. And definitely planning on making a trip there one day to visit. But anyway, so as you guys know, I love Japan. I like all their stuff. And there's a lot of other countries that I like, but Japan is one of my favorite countries to study. Anyway, here's another open world game that I absolutely fucking love. This game is Sleeping Dogs. If you guys are a fan of Japanese culture and a big fan of open world games, get this game. It is one of the very best open world games that teaches you a little bit about Japanese culture I've ever played. And it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's not just one of my favorite open world games, it's also one of my favorite of all time. And man, I can't tell you, I have just tons of good stuff to say about this game. I got all the DLCs for it. That's how much I like it. And the DLCs were like $15, $20 each. And I didn't get any of them on sale. But this one is actually the Definite Edition, same thing as my Tomb Raider game that I downloaded. So some of the DLCs came free, if not all of them. I'm not 100% sure. But again, if you like Japanese culture, open world, this is the game, Sleeping Dogs. that basically, I believe, covers all of my open world games. But yeah, if you're a fan of open world games, I recommend it. However, I do have to tell you guys something. Now, this is just from what I've kind of noticed about open world games. I've noticed that a lot of open world games tend, and I do mean tend, that means might. They usually usually kind of all around the same ballpark. Anyway, what I've noticed, a lot of open world games tend to not have a multiplayer. For example, this game right here, Infamous Second Son. This is a really good open world game, but it doesn't really have a multiplayer. It's kind of a only one person kind of play, unless you got a friend of and he's just kind of fucking around a little bit like I do. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of a game like that. It's just doesn't really have a multiplayer. Like a lot of people fans of open world games like myself. You love open world games, you love beating the story mode, doing the side missions when you want. But another thing you might enjoy is a good multiplayer. But this is one of those really good open world games, I personally think, that doesn't have really a multiplayer. It doesn't have a multiplayer. So, however, Tom Clancy Division is a military game, and like most all military games, at least from my knowing, they have a multiplayer, and just about every military game I believe that's ever made has some type of multiplayer, at least on the PS4 and PS3. I'm not sure about the PS2, but yeah, there is no multiplayer on this open world game, and there is none on Skyrim, as well as there's none on Sleeping Dogs. So, as you guys can kind of see, if you get an open world game, unless it's a military game, you probably won't have any multiplayer. So if you don't mind, if you're like me and you don't really have anyone really to play games with unless you're playing with them online, then you need more games like this. Now, me personally, I actually have my little cousin. He's doing his own thing, so he's not going to join this broadcast. But I have my little cousin John that lives with me, and he usually plays quite a bit of games with me. But he has his own PS4, so we don't. So again, I could get more games that have multiplayer controller by controller, but I don't need them because he has his own PS4. So, but I do have friends that come over every now and quite a bit to play open world games, mostly Brendan. But yeah. But when I do play games that require controller to controller, I usually have sports games. A lot of my real fun open world games don't usually have multiplayer. So, yeah. So, that is my broadcast. If I can get this camera fixed, I will show you guys I will show you guys at least the first chapter maybe of the Bully broadcast, or at least a couple minutes of it, something like that. And, yeah. So, real quick, I'm going to pause this. And I'm going to attempt to fix this camera right now. And if I can, I'm going to do Bully. If I can't, well, we got a problem. Oh, I fixed it. Hey, I got it fixed. Hold on, let me back it up a little bit. Yeah. You guys don't need to see my face. I ain't that handsome anyway, so. Well, anyway, I got the camera to the way I actually wanted it, so I guess we can do Bully. So that's it for this broadcast. Like, subscribe, and if you need some more information for those of you who are a little unaware of the gaming world, you need more information on open world games, or if you need information, tips, whatever the fuck you need on certain games, any games that I have mentioned in my videos, and you need more information on that I've played and beat, I will give you what I can to help you out. And it's been your boy Big Bear. If you need gaming tips, cheats, or whatever on any games that I mentioned, let me know. Big Bear is out.